your eyes. Get some rest.
Hello, my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am building another tiny house. This one's not like a traditional tiny house. It's just something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I did it. But yeah, it is a tiny modernized castle. So I basically went on images, Ecosia images, by the way, instead of Google. I went on there and I was like, okay, I'm going to look up tiny castles. And I just found some pictures of some little castles. And I was like, you know what? I want to do a modernized version instead so that it's fun and it like works, because this build is base game only. So I've been really wanting to start doing more base game builds, because I know that a lot of you all, if you haven't already redeemed it, which by the time that you're seeing this, it's probably either the last day that you can redeem The Sims 4 for free on Origin, May 28th. But if it's after that and you didn't get it, I'm so sorry. But if you did receive the Sims 4 for free and everything, you gotta have some builds. You gotta have some inspiration. I know where you've been. I've been there too. So I thought I would, do some base game builds for a bit, just to kind of change it up. I've been in a little bit of a creative burnout lately, and I've noticed that when I do base game only builds, it really does kind of force me out of that, and it's honestly great. So yeah, I built this house on a 20 by 15 lot in Willow Creek. I do think personally that this would obviously fit better in Windenburg, but again, this is a base game only build, and I really wanted to build in a base game world. So it's in Willow Creek, but if you get together, which if you're going to get a pack, I highly recommend Get Together. It's kind of the best for build stuff. The world is beautiful. The building stuff is amazing and so functional, and just, yeah, it's great. But yeah, it would fit the best in Windenburg for sure. I would probably put this on like the 20 by 15 lot, or the 20 by 20 lot, sorry. The 20 by 20 lot Cottage MC or something like that. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But yeah, this was a fun little house. It was very much a challenge because it has that octagonal shape as its base, and ooh girl, it was hard to find a place for that stairwell. Oh my goodness. Finding a place for the stairs to fit and for also the floor plan to work, it was a challenge and a half. I did add like a little bit of like a little tiny bit of a section onto the back there so that the stairs could fit a little bit better. But yeah, you'll see that. I think I did that off camera because I had to do a lot of experimenting. But yeah, the interior of this house, I imagine that this was just an abandoned, shell basically, and they decided to take it, reinforce it with, maybe metal or something like that, and metal as in metal, not the music, but they reinforced it and everything, and they basically made a little modern home out of it. And the interior is very much me when it comes to building. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea when I build like this, but it's honestly so much fun because I just love how simple it is. But I really just went with like white paneling on the walls, the really light kind of warm colored wood like that you see there on the flooring, and just a simple modern decoring. What am I saying? Just a simple modern style when it comes to the furniture and stuff like that. So the furnishing, that's what I was going to say. But there is a nice little backyard. I included a little pool, like a little mini pool. I've been doing that a little bit more in my builds lately because I never really add pools. Oh, and also, I'm really proud of this. I did a little bit of a pathway. You know how I like to do like a broken pathway because, I just love it so much. But what I did was I hit Control F when I'm using a flooring tool or a flooring piece or whatever, and it gives me that little diagonal, like little triangle, and I just made my own little square shapes. I don't know how to explain it, but I basically made my own little pathway that way, and Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I like it. I've never done that before, and I thought, hey, I'm gonna try it out, and it worked. And also, since this is only a base game build, there wasn't really a lot of options for fencing and stuff like that. So what I did is I did the landscaping. As you can see, I did it very green. I did it very lush. I didn't really want to focus on flowers. I wanted it to be more grassy and just natural or something like that. Overgrown is the word. And then I used rocks to kind of make a wall, quote unquote, just because I was like, this feels a little bit open. There's not really anything like kind of holding it together. It could just be my American, ways of looking at it, because I know in a lot of other countries, it's a little bit different, I guess, but I just have always imagined a fence around a property. So in this case, I just did it with the rocks, and I love it. I don't know why. I really like this, and I definitely want to give this a try with more like items that I have like in game, like EA stuff or even custom content. I definitely want to give it a try again, but I really like how it came out. I made sure to put a lot of, plants around the rocks too, to keep it from being so like, just rocks. I wanted it to look a little bit more natural, and it was really fun though. I really liked how quirky this build was, because you can see I did like red trim on the roofing, which is something I never do, and then it just, I don't know. I really, really like this build. It was fun. It was just, I really got in the zone with it, and I've been doing that with my builds lately. I've been really into the base game builds. It's great because not only, do I not sit there forever looking through my catalog, I know the base game by now at this point, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this for this, and that'll work. And I'm done. Like, I don't have to sit there and be like, oh, but I could use this. No, I could use this. Maybe I'll go back to this. Like, I'm never indecisive when it comes to the base game builds. So, it was fun. And, I do add some fountains as well. Just some little fountains places, just to kind of add a little bit of like, ponds, quote unquote. We really can't, like, we only have 2 colors when it comes to water, when it comes to like pools and stuff in The Sims 4, like the base game. So I hope we get some more in an update. Like, we have like the basic blue, and then we have like a reddish purple, which is pretty, but I don't really ever use that because it's a very specific like style that you have to go with for that. So I'm hoping we get some more colors. Like, maybe I hope we get like a more of a greenish tone. Like, we already have those, but like I hope we get something that's just like a little bit more basic, I guess. So yeah, but anyway, I don't know if we're there yet. I think we are. We've passed the point where I added a little bit of a section there so that the stairs could fit a little bit better. It's in the same spot as it was before, but like I just adjusted some stuff. So it's a little bit of a funky floor plan, just because it's so hard to put stairs in a place where there's a lot of diagonal like lines and stuff, because we don't have spiral staircases, we don't have ladders, and we can't place stairs on a diagonal, which I don't know why specifically, but I can trust the Sims team in that when they say we have tried, it just does not work or something like that, or they haven't yet found a way of it working. I don't know. But yeah. The interior is pretty minimal and simple. I didn't go all black everything, don't worry. I tend to do that sometimes. I just made sure black was more of the accent, and then like the base furniture, like the cabinets and stuff like that, they're like white with this like kind of warmish, warm golden tan, beige color. I don't know. What is that color? I'm lost. Sand? I don't know. But yeah, I just made it really simple and clean and modern. There's really no other way of explaining it. I really am happy with how this turned out. For sure. I did use my favorite shelf that is custom content, but I didn't leave it in the build, so no worries there. But yeah, if you want to download it, I'll be sure to leave a link in the description down below. I really just use that shelf to clutter surfaces that are a little bit harder to clutter. Like, if I can't get something to fit on a shelf, I will use that instead, because everything tends to fit on that. I don't know. I can't really explain it this way. I do have a video on my channel where I explain how to use it the way I use it. So like as you can see there, I used it because that table, that chair, what am I saying, Luke? That TV does not like hook to that table. That's the only word I can think of right now, but it doesn't go on that table normally. So I use that shelf to kind of finesse it on there, and it looks really good, and it's fun and all that good stuff. But yeah, I think that's all that I have to explain. It is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. The upstairs, the shape is a little different. It's a little crazy, but hear me out. This is all I could do. And yes, did I put a pink rug in here? You bet your, like, I was gonna curse there, but you bet your butt I did. I love me a pink rug. I didn't even know that we had that swatch. That's how out of the loop I am sometimes. I didn't know we had a pink swatch with that rug, and I am so mad at myself for not discovering that sooner, because pink is my favorite color, if you don't know. And oh my gosh, that, I love it. And that's why I used it. I was like, you know what? People aren't going to like it, but they can just change the color if they want to, okay? They can just make it gray. They can make it black. They can make it blue. They can do whatever they want. I want it pink, okay? And I've spoken. It's pink. But anyway, yeah, that's basically it, though, for, like, me describing the build and everything. It's really, really nice. I definitely will say that the base game now, as it was compared to when it was released, is definitely a whole lot better than what it used to be. We didn't have so many things. Like, we didn't have that dynamic lighting whenever you have it set to very high, like the lighting settings. We didn't have that dynamic lighting. We didn't have that laptop. We didn't have that desk, that chair. We didn't have that little decorative book. We didn't have so many of the things that I use in this build. We had so fewer things. Like, it was okay, but this is like amazing. So yeah, I highly recommend, if you do have the base game, don't worry. You can do a lot of amazing builds with the base game only. And there is CC out there, but if you don't want to use CC, I don't see the reason why you would necessarily need to get anything else. But there are a lot of packs out there that I would recommend. I definitely would say that if you're looking for content, specifically, I would go for the stuff packs first, because obviously they're $10 each. They're cheap in comparison to everything else. So like, I would recommend, my favorite packs are like Perfect Patio, Backyard Stuff, Romantic Garden. Those are really good packs for stuff. I personally love the Cool Kitchen stuff. I know not everybody likes it as much because it's a very specific style, but I love the appliances and the sink. I'm just into it. I use them in every build almost, but I guess it's because they've got all sorts of colors, and it kind of changes it up a little bit. And plus, I just love the fridge because it's just so simple and like sleek and basic, and it just, yeah. But anyway, I don't think there's any other packs that I can think of off the top of my head that I am like in love with. Oh yeah, Movie Hangout is amazing. That's also a pack that I highly recommend if you're into like bohemian like styles and stuff. I definitely recommend that. But yeah. But just if it's the 28th or before, which this is going out on the 28th, so if you are still in the 28th in your time zone, go get that pack or go get that game, because girl, you need it. Even if you can't download it yet, just go ahead and redeem it. You'll be happy with it later. And I really loved this build. It was so much fun to build this, honestly. Like, I loved cluttering it with all the plants. A lot of the plants in the base game I use anyway. So like, when it comes to landscaping or like potted plants, a lot of them that I tend to use are base game, because I just really like the ones from the base game the most, because they're just great. I don't know, they just did a really good job with the base game. So yeah, but can you tell that I've had quite a bit of coffee this morning? Today, it's not morning anymore. But yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this build as much as I did. It is available on the gallery. All you have to do is search my username, lukeydean, and the hashtag Lukey to find it. And like I said a million times over, it's base game only. Absolutely no CC, mods, packs, nothing. No strings attached. You just need the base game and you're good. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.
Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day, but I'm right here, it's gonna be okay. gonna be okay.